Ledo Hotel. When you talk about the Ledo Hotel, what does that make you think of?
I know you wanted to play the song this morning, but I thought
I think copyright will.
We shouldn't play it because Facebook is going to flag us for playing something that's copywritten.
And if we do an a cappella rendition, everyone's going to sign off.
I think so, yeah. No, I think Billy could probably pull it off pretty good.
True.
You want to give it a shot?
Not a chance, no.
No.
Okay. Well, Ledo from Boss Skaggs, you can look that up on your favorite
pretty funky
audio
cool song
streaming platform. I love that. That's one of my favorite songs. People get that song mixed up with Elton John, unfortunately.
What's wrong with Elton John?
Or even Billy thought it could have been what's his nose?
Morrison.
Van Morrison.
Yeah.
But no, Boss Skaggs, he actually was in a band with Steve Miller for the longest time, and then they separated, and Steve Miller went on to his success, and Boss Skaggs was kind of a one-hit wonder with that song, but a really good song at that.
Let's save it for the Indie Artist Spotlight.
Let's do that. Hey, we can, can't we?
Yeah,
We're going to play Ledo on the Indie Artist Spotlight after we sign off Facebook Live.
So we'll have to go to
CKLU.ca
or
for that. CKLU 96.7 FM on your radio.
We just can't play it on Facebook.
That's right. We don't want to take a chance.
We're just going to get nuked.
That's right.
So, a group of investors based in North Bay with similar interests in the community are slated to purchase the Ledo Hotel in downtown Sudbury, and they want to invest $5 million into fixing it up for affordable housing. So first thing, will they actually follow through with the project? Your prediction?
I want Billy's first because he did mention something about that earlier.
Did he?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Billy.
I don't recall talking about that, but it's possible. I like the idea. That's what downtown needs. The question is, will they follow through?
You did kind of seem a bit cynical on that, like that they have another plan, and didn't we have a plan before, and wasn't it already affordable housing before, and you know what I mean? It's kind of gone through a lot of incarnations or possibilities.
That was this Billy Brumuller you were talking to?
No, well, maybe it was a different one. Yeah.
Billy behind the scenes?
Billy in the background?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. I would have no reason to not believe that that's what they're planning to do.
Yeah, they're planning to do it, but is it going to go along the same lines as the condos of the old northern breweries kind of idea too? Like it just...
Well, that's what I mean. It's kind of a ghostware.
Yeah.
Sounds like a ghostware to me.
Yeah.
Like when a software developer says, oh, we're going to have this thing. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And then everyone's on the waiting list for like a decade or more.
I don't know. I don't have enough information to really, Billy's hopeful that's going to happen, and I'll be less hopeful, put it that way.
Yeah. I haven't really followed these things that you mentioned of the past, but, these things are pretty hard to do. Like, even with the best of intentions, when you set out to do something like that, it's like, I don't know if you read that story about the guy who had the water park out in Valcarin.
Definitely. Yeah, what a boondoggle.
I just kind of got the whole Facebook story there. There's a big write-up on that. And, it was just like an insurmountable wall of problems and opposition.
Yeah.
For the water park?
Yeah, there's going to be... And the slide was there for the longest time behind the old Harvey's gas station, right on the corner of the bypass going to Lively and 144 or, the road coming out from Sudbury. Anyways, he had a great idea. A water park in Sudbury is still a great idea. Like it's central to Northern Ontario. And I think just Sudburyans alone would use a water park in the summer. And there's anything from the story, Billy, that's shareable quick or what?
No, I can't remember like the one kind of details. There's a huge chunk you'd have to pay for putting in like traffic lights, I think it was.
Infrastructure, right? City infrastructure.
But basically,
roads.
Seemed like a sizable chunk of money to put into this, and then, it just kind of kept ballooning and ballooning. And
so instead of like possibly the city saying, you know what, we can kind of partner with you here and we'll take care of the changes that need to be done on the roads to make it accessible in and out of the water park, it's all going to be on the entrepreneur to pay for all of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah. So again, it's not easy to do business in the city. I know that for a fact. I've heard through really good sources that officially, kind of like official sources, it's possibly the hardest city to do.
It's got to be on the top 10.
Yeah, it's hardest in Canada to do anything in, whether if you're building something or there's so much red tape, so many regulations to go through that it's almost impossible to do something. And that's what we're seeing with the KED. Mm-hmm. We're seeing that kind of idea.
Well, it's crazy because I take the complete opposite position, which is I think investors are chomping at the bit to do something like this.
They are.
It's just they won't succeed.
In what way? For what reason?
Well, let me go into a little bit more into the article. So the guy, Stephane Roy, who is planning on doing the project, he actually has one in North Bay.
Already.
That's similar. So he did some similar stuff to it, I guess. And I need to look at the exact case study. But as, someone who's in the industry, I can tell you, people always underestimate the time, the money, the labor.
Oh, 100%.
That's going to take to do these things. Even if you're experienced, you're still prone to it. People tend to look at the bright side, optimistic kind of thing.
Yep.
But there's also a number of safety issues. So at the moment, the building there was a fire in 2020, which meant that the part of the building had to be vacant.
Yeah.
So $50 million was proposed to overhaul the building at the time, but that fell through. So this isn't the first time that someone said, "Oh, we can do this for, this great project," and ends up falling through. And $50 million might seem like a lot, but like I said, realistically, it could end up being that much.
Definitely.
That much money, especially when there's permanent damage that's already done. So the other thing is, when the building was shut down in 2020, George Soule, who was the owner at the time, or is the owner right now, he said he was renting out 12 of the units, but only 8 were paying rent.
Okay.
So 20 to 30 squatters had taken residence.
Ouch.
So this is the problem that I see with it, is there's always unforeseen things. So even if you take the place, renovate it, make it beautiful, do all this stuff, you're going to consistently run into a wall of, well, how do I put this nicely? You can make the Ledo Hotel nice, but you can't. I'm looking for a cool,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Referential statement, but it's self-referential statement.
It's really hard on the landlord side to rent to the people that are going to.
It's the location. It's the history of the place.
Yeah. Would you want to go down, even if they really made it really nice? Is that something that you would consider? Was moving in to the Ledo due to the location alone, possibly?
You would need a full-time.
Yeah.
You'd need a full-time security team.
Kind of thing.
Basically, which is that financially viable?
That's what I mean. Exactly. Yeah.
You need security cameras.
Yeah.
Because one guy just being there isn't enough. If people really want to get into a place,
they'll get in.
They need security cameras. They need.
Yeah.
It's just it's a logistical nightmare.
But it sounds like these guys are ready and willing.
It sounds like
to
they
take
have
it
experience.
On.
Yeah. I could be wrong.
I mean, downtown North Bay, different than Sudbury. What was that, Billy?
No, I was going to say, you could take the example in the Donovan, which I think is a great example with Mark.
True.
And there's a lot of the same arguments there. He's setting up these businesses. How's a record store going to fly there? How's a vegan place going to fly there?
I know,
but it really did actually just raise the, kind of like the quality there in the, probably in terms of property value and.
Yeah.
For sure.
When you build something nice, it might attract other nice things, and that's how things get cleaned
Someone
up.
has to go first.
Yeah.
That's true. No, it's a good point, Billy, for sure. And a high-end Italian restaurant to boot.
That's a great restaurant.
I know. So Kathleen and people in the city really do know the transformation. It still has its problems and still has some concerns, but definitely a lot of positives.
Well, I'm actually working on something right now for my my YouTube channel, work-related real estate kind of investing stuff. And my point is, I think people very much overestimate the downside of buying a building in a location like that, especially if you are kind of the average, middle of the road, or slightly better than average manager. / human relationship manager, there's definitely a lot lower chances of, terrible outcomes than people think. And this is why I point to this being a really tough project, because George Soule, and I do have conflict of interest because I know him personally and indirectly as well.
For sure.
Mutual friends.
Yeah.
He's, much better than average in terms of management and his experience.
Exactly.
So to think, well, if I were in charge of that, it would all be different.
I could do a better job.
Generally, these things tend towards the median.
And I was just going to say, the right person, though, could do it. Again, like
it's
let's
possible.
Say someone who has experience with buildings in areas that are just starting to be rethought out.
Buy something when it's already on the way up.
Yeah.
That's probably a lot easier.
Well, they got their work
fighting against the trend.
They definitely have their work cut out for them. There's no doubt about that. So have to see how that goes.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Junction East, this $93 million building, is going to be just down the road from there. So perhaps they're buying it at the perfect time, and it's going to be like an awesome investment.
Hey, AJ here. Did you like that video? Please like and subscribe for more just like it every weekday.
Share it with your friends so they can stay up to date with all Sudbury news.